Hello everyone, welcome back. It is Sunday and I'm getting ready to make our favorite spaghetti dinner. This is going to have a meat sauce, which you may know as a Bolognese. Now this sauce I use for everything, like stuffed shells, lasagna, manicotti, spaghetti, whatever you want to use it for. This is my go-to recipe. We're going to start with this. Now I am going to be making a double recipe today because I want to get some single servings out of this to put into my freezer, and I'll just put them in single serving size containers. That way, you know, we're not always cooking in the kitchen. All right, I'm going to go back here. I've got one pot going with some water that I'm bringing to a boil to cook our spaghetti, and then we're going to start that Bolognese sauce. All right, now I've brought my pot of water to a boil, and to do it really fast, just place a lid on it and that will get your water boiling pretty quickly. Now I'm going to be adding 1 pound of just regular spaghetti. This is uncooked. It's 16 ounces, and the first thing I'm going to do is add about half a tablespoon of salt into the water. That way we're flavoring the spaghetti. All right, it's a very hot Sunday afternoon. Don't mind my clock there. Our power keeps going out and I'm just tired of resetting it. So we just wait. All right, so I'm gonna add my spaghetti. I'm just gonna add it whole. All right, push it all in. Now we're gonna cook our spaghetti tender. So that's about 12 minutes on my package here. I'm gonna stir it around a little bit so that it prevents sticking. We set my timer for 12 minutes. I'm going to put my strainer on so it's all ready to go. All right, we're going to start our Bolognese. What I'm going to do first off is get my peppers and onions ready. I'm using 2 bell peppers. Now I'm using yellow and an orange. You can use green, which is one of my favorites to use in a Bolognese. I'm going to get a knife. I'm going to cut off the 4 ends. I'm just going to go around the whole pepper. There we go. Flatten it down. All right, I'm going to cut strips. We are double batching, so if you want to just make one single batch of the Bolognese, then you can just use 1 bell pepper. All right, we're going to dice these. All right, y'all let me know what you had for Sunday meal. I'm really curious to know what y'all had, because then I might make that one Sunday for y'all. All right, we got our peppers all ready to go. I'm going to place my Dutch oven. It's a really large pot, ceramic, and place it on a medium-high heat. Add about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. Now I tend to use the avocado oil. It's a very light oil, very healthy oil too. All right, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of butter, give it some flavor. We're going to start heating that up. We want it to come to a nice sizzle in their pan. Who doesn't love to hear that sizzle when you're cooking? And we got it right there. Let's go ahead and add our bell peppers. We're going to give these a head start. We want to soften them down and give them a little bit of color to them. In the meantime, we're going to take a yellow onion. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to dice that up about the same size as our peppers. So I'm just taking off both ends. I'm going to peel off that outer layer. Good thing this is a fast meal because everybody's hungry. I'm going to cut the onion in half. And we're going to slice it following the lines of the onion. I like my Bolognese a little chunky, so I tend to make the dices a little bigger than normal. And then we're just going to flip these around, run the knife through, and then we'll add this to our peppers. Now, when I'm cooking peppers and onions, I like to add a little bit of salt, 1/4 teaspoon, and some black pepper, just to get the flavor going. All right, just give it a few minutes. All right, let's drain our spaghetti. You don't want to overcook it. It's just perfect. Just going to add a little bit of oil to it to keep it from sticking. Give it a toss. All right, let's go ahead now and add some garlic, and then we'll cook that down for 30 seconds. I'm going in with a big whopping tablespoon for some flavor. Smelling good in there. I'm going to add 2 pounds of ground beef and get it nice and brown. All right, our ground beef is browned up and no longer pink. Our peppers and onions have softened even more, which is great. I'm going to push off to the side the meat. I want to drain any excess grease in the pan there, and I'm just going to place in some paper towels to absorb any excess. We're going to add it back in, so don't worry. All the flavor is in our ground beef, peppers, and onions. Here we go. Believe me, you don't want greasy Bolognese sauce. Let's finish this up. We're going to add in 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning blend. Now, Italian seasoning blend is marjoram, rosemary, thyme, savory, sage, oregano, and basil. Now, we had put minced garlic and we had diced onion in here, but we're going to rev up those flavors. We're going to put in some garlic powder, probably about 1/4 teaspoon, and then we're going to put in onion powder. It'll ramp up that onion flavor in the dish. I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of white granulated sugar. That's going to help with our tomato sauce. And then I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of butter. That's my secret ingredient, always. Let's give this a stir. We're going to add 1 jar, 32 ounces of your favorite pasta sauce. And as you can see, this is mine. All right, I've filled the jar with 8 ounces of water. I'm just going to put the lid back on tightly, give it a shake. We'll add that in. All right, let's stir this all together. Doesn't that look good? Ooh, y'all ready? Let's give this a try and see if we need to adjust any flavorings. That is delicious. I let it simmer for about 5 minutes just to kind of pull all the flavors together. We're going to turn off the burner. Let's go ahead and add the spaghetti. Take off my little strainer. That's how easy it is to put on your pot and take it off. I'm putting it all in there. Make sure you use your big pot for this. Right, I'm just going to keep twisting to get that sauce all incorporated into the spaghetti. All right, I'm going to shake on some parsley flakes, add a pop of color. All right, welcome to our Sunday spaghetti dinner. I've bowled up the spaghetti and Bolognese or meat sauce. Got us a nice side salad with favorite dressing. We made some garlic bread, which honestly, this is what we used right here. 5 to 8 minutes in the oven. And you got some cheesy bread. And then I was going to show you, here's a serving size in a freezer container. And then you can just pop the lid on it after this cools down and put it in the freezer. And I'm going to be putting in a lot of these in there. So yay for us. All right, I'm going to grab a fork. I'm going to give this spaghetti and meat sauce a try for you. All right, I'm going deep in. Oh my goodness. That's delicious. Paired with the garlic bread and a side salad, you got a nice Sunday meal here. Don't forget, make a double batch so that you can put some in your freezer. All right, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you give me a thumbs up on my spaghetti dinner. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification. That way you'll always know when my shows are posted. I do have over 1,200 videos out there on YouTube. Go check it out. You can also find all of my recipes at catherinesplates.com. I also have 3 cookbooks that have a lot of these recipes in there, so go check that out also down below in the description box or at catherinesplates.com. I'll see y'all on the next episode.